Hi, welcome to the Net Neighborhood, a new channel here on YouTube designed to help educate people on the net neighborhood that just lives around them all the time. We live in a computerized world, and that can be scary sometimes because it's a new thing. It How do things work? How does the mouse work? What do we need the mouse for? What is a smartphone? What's a 3D printer? These are all things that many of us take for granted as it just exists. But many others don't have the ability to interact with these things or don't have anyone in their life to tell or show them how to make the most out of the wonders that we surround ourselves with. Well, that's where I would hope to come in. My name is Mr. John, and here in the Net Neighborhood, I want to talk about things to do with computers, from 3D printing to digital art to how to use a mouse, because every bit of the computer is important, and it's important that all of us understand most of it. You don't have to become an expert on any one subject. No one is. But we all need to have some basic understanding of the technology that surrounds us so that it's no longer something that we need to fear. Because we always fear those things we don't understand. And computers these days, while we do use them for everything, there's something of a boogeyman. I mean, all the time I talk to people who are afraid of touching a button on their phone or on their computer because I'm going to break it. Most of the time, you're never going to break something when you touch it. These computers are designed with people in mind. I understand that if you hit the letter N, it's just the letter N. It's not going to be something dramatic or deadly or anything like that. It's just the letter N. Television and movies, to make things more interesting, has turned our devices into something that we need to worry about, but they aren't. And a lot of people I've talked to over the years come to me and say, well, I have this thing, this smartphone, this laptop, this tablet that I was given by my loved ones, and I don't know how to use it. And I don't want to go to them because I don't want to burden them more. I don't want to look like I'm behind the curve because everybody uses this. Everybody obviously knows how to use this stuff. Well, let me have a secret. I'm going to share it with you. Not everybody knows how to use it. I mean, I don't know how to code a supercomputer. I know how to code some about a regular computer, but I don't know everything. You don't know everything. That's fine. We learn because those of us who know something about a subject take our time to teach those of us who don't. And maybe I don't know something that you know. And through this channel, I hope to make those kinds of exchanges where we can talk in an environment free of worry that I'm going to laugh at you or you're going to laugh at me because we don't know something that the other thinks is really basic. I don't know German. You might know how to speak German. Am I bad or is there something wrong with me because I don't know how to speak German? No, I've never tried. I bet if I went and started spending some time learning German, I'd learn German. Computers are the same way. Technology is the same way. It's just a new language that you need some time to learn. Now, what qualifies me to teach you? Well, for one thing, I've been teaching people how to use technology for everywhere from the common mouse all the way to 3D printers like Megas behind me, my 3D printer. I've been teaching people how to use these things for nearly a decade now. both in person and remotely. I've created classes on all sorts of topics. And now I'm turning to this media to teach even more people so that we can all learn and these lessons can be archived for years to come. I've also been teaching just in general for most of my life, and I love it. I really, really love the expression on someone's face when things finally click together. And while you and I may never see each other face to face, I hope that watching the videos in this channel, going to my website, hineighbor.com, and just interacting with everything I put out there, I hope that some of you get that expression, that the light bulb finally goes off and like, aha, I finally understand why this thing that has been bothering me for ages, finally I understand why it works. And maybe you won't understand it after listening to me, and that's fine too. We all learn in our own way and at our own pace. I encourage you to watch the videos over and over again. Leave a comment below asking me a question. I will, as much as I can, keep an eye out on those questions and try to answer you, or at least make another video answering some of those questions. But even if I can't answer the question, hopefully your net neighbors will reach out to you and answer the questions. I would love it if you went and found the answer. Maybe I don't teach it the right way for you, but someone else does. It's not going to hurt my feelings that you got knowledge, because I want you to get that knowledge any way you can. I want you to know how to use a mouse, how to use a keyboard, how to type, how to make the most out of all of this stuff. Because you might help someone who becomes the next president, or just you might help someone. And helping people is what we as people are all about. And I hope that I can help you. I hope that you have some fun. I hope I have some fun. I know I'm having fun right now. And keep an eye out for more information. We're going to be talking about everything out there. If you want to know more about Microsoft Office, probably Excel, because everybody loves Excel, we're going to talk about that. I'm going to have classes on it. I'm going to have classes on the mouse, though. So if you or someone you know doesn't know how to use a mouse, but you know how to use a smartphone to access YouTube, this channel, keep an eye out, because we are going to talk about some of these really, really basic computer issues and ideas that a lot of channels leave out because they assume, hey, if you can make it to YouTube, you know how to use a mouse. So keep an eye out for those kinds of videos and more in the coming weeks and months here in the Net Neighborhood. And before I end, I want to say something. A lot of places that you go say hi when you come in. If you go to the store or the library or wherever, there's usually someone sitting there, someone standing there that says, hi, welcome to this place. Well, something I've always kind of been bothered with the internet is, and technology as a whole, is there really isn't anybody who sits there at the gate and says, welcome. In fact, so many of the gatekeepers tend to put up more gates saying, well, you got to get past the first one to understand the second one, and so on and so forth, until some people just stand outside the first gate and go, I don't know what to do. So I would like to open those gates, and I would want to formally say to each and every one of you, welcome to the internet. Welcome to the Net Neighborhood. And I hope you all are good neighbors to one another. Thank you.